We love hip hop.
PND and Drake. The first week numbers or the first week projections are out. 249 first week sales. This is a combination album, so it's not like a solo Drake album. This is the highest number that PartyNextDoor has ever done on the first week. You know what I'm saying? What do y'all think about this? Those people that were talking about the bots were trying to push, people not being able to see it on Spotify and shit like that. Like, is that all true, or did they were able to circumvent all that shit?
It wasn't meant for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was meant for the ladies. There's more women in this world. So that's who the audience was for. That. And I think it was just more, it's when he dropped it strategically on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just that's it, man. Right now, we didn't have any music from anybody.
That too. It's the first quarter. There's not really
there
lot
wasn't
dropping.
No music, so they dropped in the best pocket of time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And certain songs are going off of it. Like, obviously, the Give Me a Hug song is getting a lot of attention.
Yeah.
But the Nokia song is getting a lot of attention right now. I'm seeing it reposted in a lot of places.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's what I said. It's with Drake's music, and I guess now Party's music, it's that the first listen, you're like, what the hell is this? The second listen, you're like, The third listen, you're like, yo.
Right, still.
By the fourth listen, you're like, you're having a full-on party to it.
Baby girl.
Yeah. You're moving across you're like, yo.
Yeah.
So my apologies for last week when I was a little bit of a prick on my
jumped out the window.
Yeah, on my reactions to it. I won't lie. You know what I mean? I was mad about something. I didn't understand what I was mad about because it was just music I didn't want to hear yet from them too. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to hear something directly from Drake.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? On a level of like, yo, I'm here to whoop ass. But granted, timing is timing. So I'll apologize on that part of my take last week. But now this week, I'm okay with the numbers, but I know what happened for the numbers. Like because there's not too much music being dropped and stuff like that. So it was an open pum pum. Anybody could have fucked it.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
These numbers here, right? These are higher than any artist numbers like
right
in hip hop. Like the average hip hop numbers these days,
low.
You're doing like 30, 40,000 first week, and that's a W.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only the people who crack 100K are like the Travis Scotts of the world and stuff like that. You know, what's his name from California or from LA the other day? Tyler, the Creator. Right? Like only certain people are cracking the 100K in first week type of thing.
Yes.
Everybody else is relegated to 40,000. Oh, you did 60,000. Oh, yo, that's a WW. You know what I'm saying? Like the standard or the measuring stick has gone super low. You know what I'm saying?
For me, this is reminiscent of when Kanye was sort of ostracized from the industry, but Carnival went number one.
Yeah.
This is kind of what's happening now, where it's like, this is Drake without anyone. And guess what? He's still able to clinch that number one spot. However, I will add that I DJ'd a spring formal yesterday for a high school, and this is a new album. So I have the songs kind of prepared just in case a kid requests it.
And before you continue, which songs?
Like Nokia, Give Me a Hug. Honestly, those were
CN Towers.
CN Tower.
Too slow.
Maybe
Too
like
slow.
a slow dance. You know what I'm saying? And I played Nokia, but no one requested anything from that album. They didn't request Give Me a Hug. I got a bunch of Kendrick requests in Toronto. It was in Mississauga, actually.
Oh, shoot.
But there was more GNX requests than there was some sexy songs for you.
They're like, peekaboo.
Hold on. What GNX songs did they request? Now I'm interested. Now I need you to unpack this shit, bro.
They requested Luther. I think that's a song with SZA. I think they requested Squabble Up.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then Not Like Us, but that's not on GNX.
Yeah, no, because
and All the Stars also.
But I'm just interested because it's always good to see what the people want to hear. And you say it was a young crowd, right?
It's a young crowd.
What they are the standouts from certain albums. So Squabble Up and Luther, those are the ones that the kids want to hear.
Yeah, like I think those are the ones that they all collectively like. Maybe there are some Kendrick fans and there's some Drake fans that go deeper into it. But like, I think those are the songs that like everyone can jump to
Yeah,
or whatever,
yeah.
or like everyone can sing along to.
When you played Nokia, what was the reaction from the crowd?
The dudes were like bopping their head, like, you know, vibing, and the girls were doing like some girl like dance. Where
Was there anybody doing the baby girl? Like, were the people like saying the lyrics? Like, did they have it like there? Is it?
I don't think it was there yet. No, no,
okay. Still
but
fresh.
it did have people like bouncing. So I'm like, okay, next prom or spring formal DJ. I know as this song grows in popularity and time passes and more people memorize the lyrics, it'll be one of those tracks.
That's the one that stick.
Yeah. But I got to keep in mind though, it was a private school. So maybe that plays into it, but I don't know if maybe that should mean they're more pro Drake.
Yeah. I think private school kids are like more like they want to have more fun. Like they were
just because they go to private school.
Yeah,
a lot of NLE Choppa.
Yeah, bro.
I'm trying to think of what else these kids were requesting. I got a bunch of requests, but they also requested like old tracks too.
Yeah. Well, also when it comes to these sales, they were saying that they were fighting. Remember, he's in a beef with the label.
Yeah.
Right. And even though it's a joint effort with whatever the name, Santa Ana or whatever, it's still he's being licensed to Universal. So people are saying he wasn't getting the same push. I don't know if I believe that, bro. I feel like when you went to go look on different playlists,
I found it. I found it right away.
Yeah. I think the first week or the first few days, it was kind of hard to find under Drake's name because people had to search up Party Next Door. But then I think they fixed that, and it was just like
and then I seen it. I seen it as soon as I turned on like Spotify. It was right there.
Yeah,
I think there's also confusion with using the $sign as the S for SEO.
Yeah, but that shouldn't make a difference.
Yeah,
there should be wrong spellings that still show up in SEO.
Redirect. Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
but then does that give any credence to what Drake is saying about the labels working against him? That he's actually suing for at the same time right now, like saying that the label's pushing this track from this guy while they weren't pushing him, you know, like while they're actually doing it now. Like they're working with him.
So you think they are pushing him right now?
I don't think that they're not pushing him. I don't think that they're like, oh, we're anti-Drake because we're beefing. They're like, hey, it's business as usual.
But I feel like the promotion for this album has largely been localized and even put into Drake's hands. Like, I feel like that video of him throwing the slipper is enough to advertise the album. Like, we don't need billboards. We don't need YouTube ads. We don't need a pop-up ad on our phone. Like, it's just Drake showing face, and everyone already knows. People check out the album, and then the standout songs are the standout songs naturally. Like, naturally, Give Me a Hug and Nokia ended up being the standout tracks. Perhaps another song will be a standout track later.
You're right about that too, because I've been seeing them super active on their Instagrams as well, promoting it. Like, obviously, mans are going to promote their own shit, but I'm seeing Drake promote the music more than before. You know what I'm saying? Like, bio stories, stories in his stories, and, you know, telling people link in the bio, pre-saves, like his plot twist, they're going crazy, posting about it. Like, they're in heavy promo mode where, like you were saying, like, usually they would just let the label do that shit. You know what I'm saying?
And he also announced that I think him and Smiley have a joint project.
They do.
Tumaza.
A joint project? I thought you were going to say song.
Or just a song. I don't know. I think it was a project, but I might be mistaken. But between that and you also see Smiley getting more active, I feel like now
you're going to see... now.
Yeah, you're going to see more presence. We're going to be able to see more of them online now.
I think. I think they've been listening to us, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to try to put it on our shoulders, but we said a lot of these things before on the podcast.
Yes, we have.
You know what I'm saying?
But I feel like they had no other choice. Like, they're like, okay, right now, what we used to do is not working. Get on the internet. Get on streaming. Do this. Get on your story. Like,
one last thing on this, because Academics made a post saying he recommends, like, if the boy takes 5 months off after this and then drops a new album, it's going to do $500K in the first week. Y'all think that's right?
Yeah. Take some time off. Stay out of the way. Because I'm still waiting for Kendrick to really drop.
I don't know if that's happening anymore.
Thank you. You know what I think? It's like, because he signed that little deal. It was like I think it was just a couple singles. With Universal, bro.
Or it could have been a one-off album,
right? So that's where I see where, like, Drake's kind of upset. Like, you took this guy for one deal, boosted his thing on me
Yeah.
and make it seem like he won some battle. Yeah, like just like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm still waiting for a Kendrick like album, like a real Kendrick album.
Yeah, that whole thing that people were saying that GNX is the pre-album to the album.
Yeah.
I think GNX might have been the album.
No, I think that's all he had.
No, I don't know about that.
No, just at this moment, yeah, that's all I have.
At this moment, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But like, I don't, like, everybody was saying, no, this is just a warm-up. Wait till the album drops. And I think a lot of people put more on Kendrick than what he expects from himself.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, I don't have this ulterior motive where now I give you the album. Like, no, GNX is the album.
Here you go.
Kendrick
I did my mission.
Yeah.
Like, his whole thing was to abolish, to destroy Drake.
Yeah.
That was his thing. I feel like he's now going to be over it. He did the Super Bowl and all that.
Yeah.
Drake had this album out with Party Next Door. He's in Australia doing his thing, right?
Yeah.
Strategically, that's what I would do. I would take my little 5 months, see if this little guy flipping drops something, then I know what to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I'm not basing it around him no more. So I would take my 5 months, enjoy my life, come back and kill it. Have some better records, deal with some new artists.
Deal with your court case.
Yeah.
Like, that's like happening.
Yeah, that too.
So
Right.
you think GNX is the album? Because what I noticed with a lot of the K-bots is that they like to add on to Kendrick's like heroic
The lore.
image.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yo, guys, like he dropped this, but it's not even the real album.
Yeah.
What he's doing right now is he's only giving you this, so the real album. We could be waiting 1 or 2 years for this Kendrick album.
That's
We
what
don't
I
know.
say. Like, people put more on this guy's shoulders than I think even he expects. Because sometimes he's like, that's not what I meant.
It's like, I gave you a
not that deep.
project. It's like, no, wasn't that the pre-album to the actual album you were dropping? It's like, no, I just gave you like how many songs?
He said it on the Ebro interview. He was like, I just wanted to get on some hard beats and just do some hard rhymes. Go back to the type of shit that I used to listen to all the time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like, that's how you were feeling in the moment. Like,
That's it.
keep it moving.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to work on some other shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Later
everybody's like, no, he did this, and then he had the secret album planned in the stash, like, and then that album's going to be real elimination of Drake. Like,
he rolls with Dr. Dre, bro. Dr. Dre is known for not putting out diddly squat.
Habitual song keeper.
Like, right? If him and Dre are in the same room, just like, no, wait 2 years and put this out.
Let me hear it again.
It needs trumpets. It needs this. It needs that. We bring it back.
Dre's been EQing that string section for like 2 years, bro. You don't even understand. Like,
This shit ain't
it's not
coming out.
ready yet.
It ain't coming out.
I just got this new compressor that I'm getting. So once I
We're
use that
making-
compressor, I think the strings will be able to, you know.
Like, low key, respectfully to Dre, I know enough of these guys in their mind, because they can't do it in front of them. They're rolling their eyes when they're like in a session with him. He's being mad, long-winded. Well, you know, when I accepted my first one, I made the Chronic.
Yeah.
Like,
Everything's a teachable moment. You're like, oh god.
We didn't even get to the session yet.
yeah, exactly. It's like,
I ain't
bro.
even make one song yet. It's been 6 months.
You know what I mean? They're used to going to a session, doing like 10 songs and leaving.
Storytelling time.
You know that the Chronic 2001 album? Did he do a tour in Toronto? Did he do a tour stop in Toronto for
I
that?
don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it came here. Or no. That was the other one past the.
No, he might did it was the Up in Smoke. Up in Smoke tour with
Mm.
Eminem and all
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
They were here? You went there?
Yeah.
I didn't. I actually missed that one. Like an idiot.
But do you
Like,
remember
I
when it
had
was
a free
happening?
ticket.
You
Yeah.
had a ticket?
Yeah. I was one of those. It was one of those times where I used to get tickets all the time, and I just used to not go to shit sometimes, bro.
That would have been a sick concert to attend.
I know. I regret it now.
Mm.
But just to wrap this whole PND and Drake thing up, man. Salute to both of them.
Salute
You know what I'm saying, good job on still beating the system. If everybody wants to think that, the Drake Glazers out there who are like, we beat the system. No, fam. He's the biggest artist in the world, fam.
Yeah.
If he doesn't sell 250 in the first week, we
Something's
really have
wrong.
a problem, fam.
Something's wrong.
You know what I'm saying? So salute to both parties, man.
We
Thanks
love
for
hip
watching.
hop.
If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.